Hey guys, here are your notes for 7.6 dilating area. Up at the very top, they give you a couple definitions that are good to have in your head. Area of a rectangle is just base times height. Area of a circle, pi r squared. Diameter, you got to know the difference between diameter and radius. Diameter is going to be all the way across a circle, and then your radius is just going to be halfway across a circle. Pi is 3.14. It's very rounded, but I would definitely stick with the round. And then dilation, which we've been talking about for quite a while now, is it's making an image bigger or smaller. What you do is you take your scale factor, you multiply it times your original to get to your new one. The big difference now is that we're going to be taking dilations and then we're going to be comparing them with area. So we're not just doing side to side anymore. We're talking about area for an entire figure. So example 1, it says rectangle ABCD was dilated to form rectangle A prime B prime C prime D prime, as shown below. So here's the original one because it doesn't have the little prime marks. Here's the new one. This question isn't asking about it, but I do want to point out that this is an enlargement, and just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go ahead and mark this as the new one, and I'm going to mark this one as the old one, or original, whatever floats your boat. Because usually what we do to find scale factor, we do new divided by old to find our scale factor. What we would have done before is we would have taken new and divided by old, but we're not doing that this time around. So actually we need to read the question and see what it's actually looking for. So it says, what is the relationship between the area of a rectangle A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, and rectangle A, B, C, D? So what we got to do is we've got to find the area first. So let's go and find the area on the new one. In order to do that, actually you can look down here, it kind of gives you the steps. What you do is you take A, B, C, D, that's this one over here, and you're going to multiply the two sides to find the area because you're doing base times height. So you're going to take that, hang on, I got to do this in my calculator while I'm talking, 5.248. We're going to multiply it times 2.5. That area, if I can get my marker to work, is going to be 13.2. Oh, I'm sorry, 13.12. For A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, which is getting really old to say already, we're going to multiply the two sides, the 3.2 and that 8.2. So 8.2 times 3.2 comes out to 26.24. And again, because this has the primes right there, we're going to do 26.24 divided by 13.12. So I'll go ahead and write that out for you here, because I got a feeling some of you guys have headphones on but are not actually listening. So 26.24 divided by 13.12. So again, this is new and old. So when I do those two divided by each other, we get a really nice round answer of 2. This is our scale factor. So our scale factor is 2. So now I'm going to read through my answer choices. So it says the area of rectangle, the prime rectangle, because I'm getting really tired of saying that, is 2 times the area of rectangle, the original rectangle. Well, I mean, that's exactly what we just found out. So your answer is going to be A on that one. I do want to back up just a little bit, just because I need to clarify. Just a second ago, I said that this is the scale factor. That's not true. I shouldn't have said scale factor. Scale factor is what you use to get from like that number over to this number, and that's not what we did this time. We are just comparing the areas. So it's really just that 2 that we found is the relationship. Just wanted to point that out real quick. Now for example 2, it says a preschool has a rectangular field and a rectangular playground that are similar in shape. Each dimension of the field is 4.1 times the corresponding dimension of the playground. Which statement is true? So I'm going to kind of partially read these just a little bit so I can figure out what I'm actually working with. So A and B, they both start talking about the perimeter. C and D both talk about the area. So we need to find both first before we get going. So fortunately, these are rectangles. So here's what I'm going to do. I already know if this is 12.3, this over here also has to be 12.3. Again, if this is 8.2, this is 8.2. So I need to find perimeter and area for this. So I'm going to kind of write these on the inside. We'll do perimeter here, and we're going to find area here. So perimeter is just the distance all the way around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the 12.3, 12.3, 8.2, and 8.2. So that comes out to a really nice answer of just 41 for the distance all the way around. Now for the area, I just do 12.3 times 8.2 base times height. This answer doesn't come out quite as nice, so the area is 100.86. Usually I'd probably tell you to round on something like this, but we've got calculators, so we're not going to this time around. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the playground. Again, if this side is 3, this side is 3. If that's 2, this is 2. So I'm going to find the perimeter and the area. Perimeter's all the way around, so 3, 3, 2, and 2. Going to add those together real quick. Area is 10 on that. Oh, I'm sorry, perimeter is 10. Now I just do 3 times 2 for my area, base times height, and I get 6. So now I'm going to go back to the actual answer choices and read them a little more carefully. So it says the perimeter of the field is 16.82, I'm sorry, 16.81 times the perimeter of the playground. Here's what I want to point out real quick, just to make this a little bit easier so I can get it done a little more quickly. All these numbers, none of them are like less than 1, which means I've got to do bigger divided by smaller in this case. Usually we do new divided by old, but they don't really specify which is new, which is old. So because our number is bigger than 1, we have to do bigger divided by older. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my perimeters, and I'm going to do the 41 divided by 10. When I do that, 41 divided by 10 is 4.1. So that's saying that the perimeter of the field is using the wrong dang thing again. If I can make this thing work right, is 4.1 times bigger than the perimeter of the playground. So now I'm going to do the same thing with the area. I'm going to take the 100.86 and I'm going to divide that by 6. So when I do that, I get 16.81. So it's saying that the area of the field is 16.81 times bigger than the area of the playground. That matches answer choice C. So now looking at the next example, it says circle D was dilated to form circle D prime. The diameter of circle D is 20 units and the diameter of circle D prime is 12 units. So I know that circle D is the bigger one. So actually, here's what I'm going to do. By the way, my circles, I know you don't have them on your page. I can't draw a circle to save my life, and you can see that these are still rough. No lie, I put my coffee cup on top of the iPad and then traced the base of it. So there's that. So this is going to be circle D, and then this is going to be circle D prime, okay? What we're talking about is it's talking about the diameter. And again, diameter is distance all the way across. Again, my handwriting is super rough, so this time I went ahead and used my clipboard to draw some straight lines. So again, there's your diameter. It's going all the way across. And they say for D that it is 20 units across, and for D prime, it is 12 units across. So it says, what is the relationship between the areas of circle D and circle D prime? So again, for area of a circle, I'm just going to write this over here off to the side. We're going to do pi times r squared. R is your radius. We have to have radius on these. So if that's the diameter that they give us, I got to find out what the radius is. And I'm trying to do this freehand, and my handwriting sucks. So half the diameter is my radius. So my radius is going to be 10. So I'm going to write that there. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Well, that one, my radius is going to be 6. Okay. So I'm going to plug those numbers into this formula over here and find out the area for each one. So for D, I'm just going to do pi times 10 squared. For D prime, I'm going to do pi times 6 squared. I'm going to write those out so you can see them as well. So for D, what we're doing is here it is. This is the area of D. We're going to do pi times 10 squared. And then for D prime, here's the area of D prime. It's going to be pi times 6 squared. Whenever we plug those into the calculator for D prime, we get 113.04. And then for D, we got 314. So thank goodness for the pause, record, and re-record button, because at this point, I actually got a little bit confused because I had to go bug Coach Elkins real quick. On this one, there is no correct answer, which is why I was losing my mind. So we're going to talk about the answer choices real quick. In order to find out the relationship between the two, you've got to do new, which is, again, D prime, divided by old. So we divide the two areas. So 113.04 divided by the 314 comes out to 0.36. That's the relationship between the two. If you want to get all fancy with it, it's going to be a fraction of 9/25. And again, because we're going to a smaller figure, our answer needs to be less than 1. So A has to be out because that says 3 times bigger. And then what other one? C has to be out because it has to be, again, less than 1. So the only two answer choices that come close to making sense are this 3/5 or this 1/2, and our answer is actually in between. So neither one of those makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix it. So we're going to make this 9 and 25ths right there. And hey, look, our answer choice is D. Look at us go.